Let us discuss law of segregation with the help of a monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross is a cross when we are considering one characteristic trait at a time. So, in the case of monohybrid cross, we will take one characteristic trait, that is we have tallness and dwarfness, the height of the plant. So, this law of segregation is also known as law of purity of gametes. This is also known as law of purity of gametes. Why? Because there is only one allele in the gamete, so they are always pure. That is why this law of segregation, in which the alleles are separated and in the gametes we have only single allele, so they are always pure. So this law is also known as law of purity of gametes. We are going to discuss this law of segregation by a monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross is a cross in which we are taking only consideration only one characteristic trait. So let us see how we are going to do this. We have parents, and the parents are pure tall and pure dwarf. So it's a cross between pure tall pea plant and pure dwarf pea plant. Why I am calling these pure? Because it is a homozygous allelic pair. The same allele, this is the same allele, both the alleles are what? They are same. So it is a homozygous pair, and this is also homozygous pair because both the alleles are same. That is why they are pure breeding tall pea plant, and this is pure breeding dwarf pea plant. When we denote something with uppercase letter, means this is the dominant characteristic. When we write it a capital T, an uppercase letter, it means it is a dominant characteristic, and when we write it with a lowercase letter, it means it is a recessive characteristic trait. So what is going to happen when we are going to have gametes? We will have the haploid cells which are going to have this allele, this allele, this allele and this allele. So the gametes are like this. When they are going to combine during fertilization, you can see we have this combination, a capital T and a small t, a capital T and a small t. So what the progeny is going to be, remember, if according to the law of dominance, if the dominant characteristic trait is present, it is going to express itself and the recessive one will not express. So the progeny that will appear is tall. So it will be tall, it will be tall. But we cannot say that these are pure tall pea plants. Why these are not pure tall pea plants? Because they are going to be hybrid tall. They are hybrid tall pea plants. Why they are hybrid tall pea plants? Because now as you see that they are not homozygous. These are not the same alleles. One is dominant and the other is recessive. But the recessive was not able to express itself because it is recessive. Only the dominant is going to express when the dominant characteristic trait is present. So here also it is a hybrid tall pea plant. Why? Now you very well know that because the alleles are different. One we have a dominant allele and the other is recessive allele. So now it is a heterozygous condition, not homozygous. So now they are hybrid tall pea plants. So what are we going to do? We are going to say that in F1 generation tall pea plants were produced, but they were all hybrid tall. For the second generation, we are going to do selfing of these pea plants, and selfing means we are going to cross these pea plants with each other. This is known as selfing. So when we did selfing, what are we going to have in the F2 generation? We will write it in the form of a Punnett square. This idea was given by the scientist named Punnett, in which on the left hand side we are going to write the what? We are going to write the male gametes. What are going to be the male gametes from this side? Capital T and a small t. And on this upper side we are going to write the gametes from the female parent, that is again capital T and small t. So this is how we are going to make a Punnett square, and we are going to work out for the combination of alleles, and we will see what are the combinations that we get in terms of this Punnett square. So remember, in the F1 generation we had all hybrid tall pea plants, and for F2 generation we are going to do selfing, in which we have crossed these plants which were the result of what? Which were the result of F1 generation. And I am here showing it with the help of Punnett square. You can also show it like this in the way we got F1 generation, but Punnett square is just drawn so that we have less errors when we make these cross. So we are going to work out with the combination of alleles from the male gametes also and from the female gametes also. From on the left hand side we have put male gametes and on the upper side we have put some female gametes. So these combinations will work out as, here you have capital T and uppercase letter T, and here also we have a capital T. Here we have a capital T and this is a small t. Here we have capital T and a small t, and here you see that we have both small t's, means the recessive character is going to be expressed in this case, since in all the three cases the dominant trait is present. The recessive is not going to express in these two cases, but in this case no dominant allele is present, so this is going to express. So what is going to happen, you see, if we talk about this plant, you can say that this is homozygous because both the alleles are same, they are both dominant. So it will be a pure tall pea plant. But in this case, we have different alleles, one is dominant, other is recessive, but the characteristic trait that will appear will be the dominant one. So it will be a tall pea plant, but what it is going to be? This is going to be what? This is going to be hybrid tall pea plant. In the other case also, we have two different alleles. This is again going to be a hybrid tall pea plant. Okay, this is going to be hybrid tall pea plant. And then we have the alleles which are same. This is homozygous. So we have pure but dwarf. They are pure dwarf pea plant. Why? Because now this is the recessive character. This is going to be expressed since there is no dominant characteristic trait. So we have pure tall, two hybrid tall pea plants and one pure dwarf pea plants. So let us work out on the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio. So let me recall what is a genotypic ratio and a phenotypic ratio. In the genotypic ratio, remember we are going to talk about the genes, and in the phenotypic ratio we are going to talk about how the plants looks by appearance. As you can see that if we talk about these three plants, so these three plants will appear tall to you. So what is going to be the phenotypic ratio? Phenotypic ratio is ratio tall, ratio dwarf. So how many plants are going to be tall? 1, 2 and 3. So it is 3 plants out of 4 are going to be tall, and how many plants are going to be dwarf? It is 1. So 1 plant out of 4 will be dwarf. So this is what? This is the phenotypic ratio. Remember, phenotypic ratio means from the outer appearance, 3 plants will be tall and 1 plant is going to be dwarf. Now let us discuss the genotypic ratio. In terms of genes, what are the possible combinations we have? We have pure tall. We also have hybrid tall. And then we have pure dwarf. So, how many pure tall pea plants we have? We have only 1 pure tall pea plant. How many hybrid tall we have? We have 2 hybrid tall pea plants, and we have pure dwarf pea plant. We have 1 pure dwarf pea plants. So, this is the phenotypic ratio and this is the genotypic ratio. Remember, this is capital T, this is capital T, small t, this is small t, small t. So, the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1 and the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. If we talk in terms of percentage, what we can interpret here is 75% of the plants in F2 generation are going to be tall and 25% are going to be dwarf plants. So remember that 75% are going to be tall and 25% are going to be dwarf, and here we can conclude as 25% are going to be pure tall, 50% are going to be hybrid tall and 25% are going to be again pure dwarf. So this is how we can make it in terms of percentage also. But remember, the phenotypic ratio for F2 generation in case of what? In case of Mendel's monohybrid crosses, 3:1, and the genotypic ratio in case of Mendel's monohybrid crosses 1:2:1, and we can make out the 75% tall pea plants, we can make out for 25% dwarf pea plants. And the genotypic ratio says that 25% of the plants are pure tall, 50% of the plants are hybrid tall and 25% of the plants are pure dwarf. So let's recall the law of segregation again, which is also known as purity of gametes. 2 alleles controlling each character. So we have 2 alleles which are controlling each character. They maintain identity in the organism, but during the formation of gametes, by meiosis they move apart due to separation, and this separation word means segregation. So separation of the homologous chromosome so that each gamete receives only one allele of each character on random basis. We have shown this with the help of a monohybrid cross, that in the F1 generation, the first filial generation, F1 generation means the first filial generation, we observed that the progeny was hybrid tall because it had both the alleles, an uppercase letter T also and a lowercase letter t also. And when we did selfing for the F2 generation, we had different combination, out of which 75% were tall from appearance and 25% were dwarf. But in case of the genotypic ratio, we had 1:2:1, which conveys 25% were pure tall, 50% were hybrid tall and 25% were pure dwarf. So just remember the law of segregation and remember how we have got these ratios from this monohybrid cross. Remember the monohybrid ratio is 3:1 phenotypic ratio and 1:2:1, that is the genotypic ratio, because here we are discussing the type of genetic outcomes. So here this is the appearance 3:1, 3 plants out of 4 are going to look tall to you. And in case of genotypic ratio, we have this combination, we have 2 hybrid plants, 1 pure tall and 1 pure dwarf plant.